Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Will from WC Review, firing from the hip as usual. Fucking Sunday's here again. It seems like Friday night goes to Sunday evening in the snap of a finger. But hey, I've wanted to make a video. I wanted to make a whole bunch of videos, but my XM24 video. So here goes. I love Hinderer. I love all of the XM18, as we all know, is the most accessible, common of the common knife of the brand, but it's just too small for me. The Eclipse, beautiful knife, too small for me. Project X is one that I have not handled yet. I'd like to handle it, but the XM24 is, to date, my favorite Hinderer. I also like the full track a lot. I'd love to handle a full track. I have yet to do that. But this was my very first XM24. It's in CPM 20CV, as you can see, from Dave. Dave got me started on a few knives. Satu Dave, that is. He's really been, first of all, he's a friend of mine, but he's also introduced me to a lot of really, really cool knives that, once I get something I like the AD10, I just keep getting them in different versions. So this is my very first XM24. Unbeknownst to me, it had a regrind on it. I didn't know what that was at the time. A company called BGM does regrinds on knives. I've grown to this is a sheep's foot blade with the BGM regrind on it. And I've grown to really, really like this knife. As soon as I had it in my hand, I was like, wow, this thing is just really, really cool. And turns out it is really, really cool. And I gave it as a tip with one of my other XMs that I was doing a video on. It's my opinion to buy the G10 version of these and then later on down the line get the full tie scale if you so choose to. So my point of saying that is the next thing I want to do with this is get a tie scale on it. I think that would make a really cool knife. The sheep's foot CPM 20 CV, excuse me, with the kind of custom with a full tie. I think that would be really cool. It's also got copper hardware that I put on it, but that's just that's a cheapo little change. But you can feel the difference in this blade versus the other, full factory model blades due to the material that's been removed in the regrind. It's a lighter flip. I also change all of my Hinderers straight over to phosphor bronze washers as soon as I get them, if they have them in the triway. And this one did. So this puppy's on PB washers. Teflon is good too, but they wear out and they're a little bit squishy. But I like them too. But this one is on phosphor bronze. So then I got, it's going to be out of order because this is the one that I literally just got from Steve at Scotch and Things. I kind of Frankensteined, and that's what's great about these is you can take a part from one and put it on another, which is why I have 5 of them. But this is the Battle Bronze lock side, and it came with the working finish full tie scale, but Steve also gave me the original G10 scale, so I put that back on it. And this is just a Sponto S45 VN, stock common blade. But it is an XM24, great action. This thing's been used a little bit. Steve, he gave me a good deal. The spine was a little scratched up, but beyond that, the knife is mint. So nothing really super special about this, other than I do like the bronze. So I'm looking to get bronze tie XM24 scale, and that would be a really cool looking knife also. I have another brand new Battle Bronze that I'll show you in a second. That would probably be where the bronze scale would go if I get a tie scale, because they're not cheap. They're like $200 just for the scale, and sometimes more because of the exclusivity. If Hinder would make some and put them out, that would be really helpful. But I understand. Listen, he's got a great business. Everything he makes sells out instantaneously. So good for him. One of my favorite, probably in my top 3 favorite knives, is Hinderer. They're just good quality. Now, here's the other brand new Battle Bronze. Let's see. You can see that it's been worn a little bit, right? This is the older one. This is brand new. So this one I bought, and it came with the jade kind of translucent scale. But I went on and bought these. These are not that hard to find. It's a micarta horse head. It's like a reddish type of scale. And I got the copper hardware. Also, actually, this is a spear point, not a Sponto, but also S45. All the rest are S45. The 20CV is the only one that's different. But this knife is unused, brand new, just minty mint. And I love this knife. Again, this was the one I was referring to that I will more than likely put the bronze tie scale on as soon as I get it. And then obviously I'll take this horse head and I'll put it on the other one that I just showed you that had the G10 black handle. But this is the third of my S45s. Okay, I mean, these things just fit so good in the hand. The action is great, and you can beat the snots out of these, and they will keep coming back for more and keep looking awesome. So this is no safe queen by any stretch. This is a working, using knife, hard use knife for sure. I carried one of these, not all the time, but a lot. These see my pocket a lot. Love the XM24. So then I went to Blade Show for the first time, and I would say I had pretty much carte blanche, permission from the wife to get whatever the hell I wanted. And I was really trying to get the most bang for my buck. So I didn't really pull the trigger on anything super expensive. And I'm lying. I shouldn't be such a big mouth. I could not get whatever I wanted because they had thousands and thousands of dollar knives at $1,000 was what I was, I would not have heard any shit over spending. Long story short, I kept going back to the Hinderer booth because it was just so cool. And this is the one I wound up getting. This is the fat carbon. There's a name for it, but it's obviously blue, and it's got the battle blue side. Again, brandy new spear point S45 VN. But I went to Blade Show, and the only knife I came back with was this. But I'll show you at the end of this. I met, and that's the beauty of Blade Show, is you can not just meet, but you can hang out with, some of the manufacturers and makers that you admire. And Eric Luther and myself have become very friendly, talking back and forth, checking in with each other. But I had bought a Warot off of him and wound up meeting up with him at Blade Show, and I wound up giving him the finishing payment on the Warot, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But this is the only thing I came home with. I would love, love, love to get a blue full tie scale again, which would leave this open to put on another one. I don't know if I'll get rid of one of my 24s. I'm very comfortable having 5 of them. But this is really the nicest of my bunch. The next one I'm going to show you is a little anticlimactic because it is the only full tie that I have, but it's a working finish, which to me is the least attractive. I'm not into that etched hard work look, but it's pretty cool. But this is my favorite Hinderer so far. I'd say the tie and the horse head are tied for second, and then the other two are just great knives to have. But I love this one. And again, last and definitely not least is my working finish, brand new, little schmutz there, brand new full tie. I say brand new, everything's brand new except for the scale, because this is the one that had come on this knife. This scale was on this knife, so I switched them around, and this is full tie, S45 VN, but all working, everything matches, so I think it's a cool look, which is why I did it that way. Sponto, working knife. So this is another knife you are not afraid to carry in your pocket, whip out, use, and, putting it down. If you drop it, you're not going to ding it. I mean, the knife is really just, it's a mint knife. I really, really love it. But this is the 5th one. This is the final XM24 in my collection of Hinderers. I do have, do I have it handy? I think it's right here. Yes, I do. It's the, I'll show you in a second, but I'll just show you this one more time. The XM24 working finish, full tie, S45VN. Then I have just a loaner to check out, the Eclipse from my buddy Aaron. I've showed you this in other videos, but you can see the difference. I mean, look how this thing disappears in my hand. If this knife were the same size as the 24, it would be so mint. I guess they do make an XM24 with the spear point blade like this. This is also in CPM 20 CV. Oh, is it? What does that say? Hold on. Yeah. I thought it said 30. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is also in CPM 20 CV. But you can see the difference, right? I mean, this really does. It feels good in my hand, but it's too small for my liking. Other than that, it is a really nice knife. And Aaron put a real badass edge on it. I don't know. He's got some kind of cool sharpening system, but even people who see it say, wow, that thing's got a badass edge on it, which it does. So, again, this is the 24, the last in my collection, and I'll just show you quick. This is the Warot. I'm going to do a separate video on this. It definitely deserves it. That Eric made. He made it special for me. I mean, I know he makes all of his knives, but we got into talking one night, and we've changed the make-out of the knife, the make-up of the knife several times, and he kind of threw in the wood inlay for me for different reasons. We wound up becoming friendly, and he kind of chucked that in there for me as a favor. He's just such a nice guy. If you ever met Eric, you know what I'm talking about. He's just a super nice guy. And he just moved his shop, I believe, from South to North Carolina. I know he moved his shop, and he's in the process of getting all set up. I think he was just affected by the hurricane. All his power went out and stuff. So send Eric some positive vibes. Go check out Luther Design and check out. He's got such really nice knives. But this is the Warot, and I really, really like it. Check out, I mean, it's drop shut. I effed up the blade. It's a long story. I'm not going to go into it here. But, well, I'll tell you the brief of it. There were some sharp edges that I tried to take down on my own with a Dremel, and I fucked the blade up. So, what are you going to do? But just a beautiful, beautiful knife. I've shown it in other videos. Feels good in the hand. Great action. And it's growing on me more and more every day. But this is the Warot. So just a little ancillary thing at the end of my XM24 video. So thanks, Eric. And thank you all for everything. I will probably put out another video. I'll try to do another one today. But that's it for now. Thanks, guys.